Ladies and gentlemen, if you are building your Silver Wolf at E1 or lower with the Quantum set or the Musketeer set, and you haven't built her with the Break Effect set, boy, do I got news for you. Here's my Silver Wolf with the Break Effect set. There's your Silver Wolf with the Quantum set or the Musketeer set. In the back with Amber. It's incredibly mid. Guys, I've been playing Silver Wolf since she released every single day. And we've been trying to figure out the best build for her, how things perform. I spent so much resources trying to build a good quantum set on her, only to be met with incredibly mid results. And here's what I've discovered. At E1 or lower, trying to build her as a DPS is just a terrible option. It's just not worth it. The damage she does is incredibly mid. There's so many variables that go into dealing damage, and she has to meet so many conditions and requirements to fulfill her supportive needs that you ultimately just end up dealing garbage damage, and then you spend so many resources trying to make her a DPS who can still support. It's horrible. Now at E2 or higher, she becomes much more DPS friendly, and we are going to get into the details about all of this so it makes sense. We're also going to go into floor 6 of the Memory of Chaos, show you how she performs with the Break Effect set and much more. Let's get into it. Okay, so I want to make sure I don't make a ridiculously long video. I want to try and tackle the topics that I want to tackle, and then we'll get into the showcase, and that'll be that. First thing I want to tackle, why she suck as a DPS at E1 or lower. Number one, effect hit rate condition on her is very high. She needs very high effect hit rate because you have to land her debuffs. If you don't land her debuffs, half her goddamn value just goes down the drain, especially landing the weakness on the head if that's what you're really trying to go for, which most times you are. So effect hit rate needing to be high takes away from your ability to contribute to her damage. The other thing that contributes to damage on main DPS is their light cone. Take my Jing Yuan for an example. 72% damage bonus comes from this man's light cone. Go over here to my boy Yang Xing. 40% damage comes from his light cone. Silver Wolf, free to play, has to rock this. This gives you a literal 0% damage bonus. Now it's an immaculate light cone. One of the best, no doubt about it, for her supportive role. But in terms of her dealing DPS, if you have this light cone with the quantum set, which I've tried, made that mistake, your damage is mid, man. And the reason being is because she doesn't have anything in her kit that amplifies her damage. She just shreds the defense of the monster, which, don't get me wrong, that increases damage big time. But she doesn't have any damage bonuses. Bro, she has a literal 3.2 quantum damage bonus right there and a 4.8. That's 8%. She has an 8% damage bonus in her kit. Now she does have a lot of attack in here, right? But at the end of the day, the other negative of her not dealing damage is she's an agility supportive unit made to debuff. So you put her on a 4-man team, you got her debuffing, you got your healer or shielder, you got your main DPS, and then you have that other character who's a buffer. And that character is giving the buffs to the main DPS. She ain't giving them to Silver Wolf. So Silver Wolf's not even getting damage bonuses from the team to make herself stronger. She's the one contributing so that the main DPS can be stronger. Now, the next thought you might be thinking is, well, what if I make her the main DPS? Now, that solves the problem, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Genius, it does not. The reason it doesn't is because she only hits one target. And she is not a hunt path character that has special attributes that allow her to go multiple times. She hits one person and that's it. That's the end of that. She also has 0 crit inside of her traces. No crit in here whatsoever. So even if you run her with a main stat body crit rate piece, her crit rate, which I put it all over here, I put her entire quantum set that I built on her, which we will go into in a bit. Her crit rate's 46.2 with this set. Once I take this up to level 15, it's at a 50% crit chance. If I mid-max her really well, I can maybe get her up to a 60% chance. Here's the other negative about Silver Wolf doing DPS. She only ticks one time with her burst. She only ticks one time with her skill. She only ticks one time, well, 2 times actually with her normal attack. But her skill and her burst are really where her damage is. If she does not crit, again, damage goes out the drain. There's too many stats that she needs in order for her to deal damage. And I'm not saying this from an analytical perspective. I've tested this. That's why I'm telling you guys so you don't make the same mistake. And the thing is, she needs effect hit rate in her main stats. And if you want her to deal damage, she also needs crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent. You're not getting that on every single stat. It's not happening. No shot. And then to top all of this all off, she's not very fast. So you got to run her with a speed boot, which takes away from her damage even further. it's just not worth doing, bro. And let's go into it. This is the set I had for her that I've like spent a ridiculous amount of resources trying to make her a DPS at E1 or lower. Mine's at E0. The reason I say E1 or lower is because her E2, we'll get into that in a bit. Actually, no, I don't want to get sidetracked. Attack percent, crit rate, and effect hit rate. Look at that. I got 3 stats that all I need is crit damage, and this would be a literal perfect fulfillment of her rolls. On this one here, we got crit damage and effect hit rate. That's normally what you're going to get on a lot of these pieces. You maybe get 2 of the conditions you need. On the body, we got attack percent, speed, and effect hit rate. We literally just need crit damage. That would be perfect. But again, getting all of these are so freaking like, it's not happening, bro. It just ain't. Speed 22, crit rate, crit damage, effect hit rate, literally a goddamn chef's kiss piece. Chef's kiss piece. Quantum damage boost on the freaking pan-galactic set. Crit rate, crit damage. Beautiful. And then finally, break effect here, in my opinion, is going to be better for her on the quantum set than attack percent, because this is literal multiplicative damage bonus if you break their shield, which is insane. However, I am the mathematical guy. If you put attack percent on her, it gives you a noticeably increase in her damage, but it's not worth it over break effect. It's still incredibly mid damage because of all the aforementioned things I said prior to getting to this point here. But you can see my Silver Wolf has a very solid quantum set on. It's not the best thing since sliced bread, but it's also not bad. And at the end of the day, she's only going to be at 88.8 with 46.2. Put that up 50%. Anyways, moving on. If somebody told you to run the Musketeer set on her, they truly just didn't know what the hell they were talking about, bro. I don't know what else. They got to get in the back with Amber too, big fella. This set's so mid on her, bro. She has no crit rate in her kit whatsoever. She's not going to deal any kind of damage. This literally only affects her basic attack, and it gives her some speed. Now the speed's good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Speed is good. But what are you trying to do with this set? Go more times to increase her skill point efficiency? You can actually min-max her speed with a speed boot and get her to a speed 132 speed effortlessly. She gets to 132 speed just with a speed boot. And if you want to get her higher than that, you can min-max and get her even higher than that. But this is, it is the worst option out of the 3 options available. Quantum, break effect set, and this set, it's the worst option. So I don't know why people are out here recommending this set, bro. It's so garbage. Now you're going to have that one or a number of kids in the comment section like, he said my set was bad, the set that I'm using. And they're going to Hermit the Frog a keyboard and leave some negative shit in my comment section. I don't really care. I get kicks out of it. Guys, let me tell you now, let's get into the important part of the video. This is why you should be running this set, okay? Number 1, you can deal up, it covers the whole goddamn board. I mean, it's a jack of all trades. You can deal up to 100k damage depending on the toughness, how high the toughness is of the enemy. You can deal 55,000 damage on average against all the elite mobs that they have in the Memory of Chaos. You can delay their action value, and because you're stacking so much break effect on her, we got 130% break effect. You can delay their action value as if you froze them with a ice character. Not to mention your initial damage that you deal upon breaking their shield is also amplified drastically because of that break effect. It's a triple threat break effect for quantum characters. It increases, they have the highest delayed effect damage in the game. They also delay action value, which scales with your break effect percentage. And then they deal a ridiculous amount of initial damage. Actually, not ridiculous. They deal good initial break damage as well. But all 3 of those are affected by break effect percentage. Not to mention, the break effect set also fulfills your energy recharge when you break shields with Silver Wolf. Silver Wolf's burst does 90 toughness damage, which is the highest amount of toughness damage in the game. Very high. Dan Heng does the same amount and a couple of other characters. But her skill does 60 toughness. So that's 150 toughness. It's very easy to break shields with Silver Wolf. Not to mention she can put her own element on somebody's head. So she could break anybody's shield. There's no like, oh, that person's not weak to quantum. Well, she'll drop it on their head. Motherfucker weak to quantum now. You know what I'm saying? So and it's up to you. You can hostage her ult. You don't have to just use it as soon as it's up and wait for their toughness to get low, which you're going to see in the showcase, and then shred that shit. Boom. Now she goes, delays the hell out of their action value, and does a ridiculous amount of damage while also shredding the defense. The craziest thing about this is one of the biggest problems you run into in the Memory of Chaos is the enemies are very fast, especially at the higher levels. Well, because she pretty much gives them a freeze delay, she takes care of that problem for you. The other problem is a lot of them have very meaty shields, toughness shields. She takes care of that problem for you as well. Then she can also enable them a weakness. We already know how good Silverwolf is, but the break effect set on her is what makes all of this possible. All you need is effect hit rate main stat, and then a break effect on top of the break effect set. Now you don't have to do the break effect set. I do think it's the best in slot for her if you get the mid-max speed in her and enable her to get to 145. But you don't have to do this set. You can do, actually, I don't recommend this set because 25% attack, you literally don't care about her damage with the break effect set. I'm telling you, not her damage outside of break effect. You don't care about it. You could literally do this set right here, increase your whole party's attack by 8%. You can also do this set right here too. This is an amazing set. But the best set, once she's mid-max and she has 145 speed, which mind you, her base stat speed, I'm all over the place, guys. This is what I do when I get passionate. 107 speed is her base stat speed. If you run over to speed boot, that takes it to 132, which means you only need 13 speed stat mid-maxed into your substats. And here's the other beautiful thing about the break effect set. Because she does all her shit with break effect, you literally only have to focus on 2 substats, speed and break effect. That's it. That's it. Literally go through all these and just try to get break effect and speed, and she will be perfect. Going for crit rate and crit damage on the break effect set is a horrible idea because you got the freaking effect hit rate body. She has no crit rate in her traces. You're gonna have god awful crit chance. So these are actually bricks. As good as this looks, it's a brick. I'd rather have break effect and speed, and then tankiness right here, survivability, or effect resistance so that I don't get CC'd. But that's literally what you want to go to across the board, and she's going to slap cheeks. Now, my Silverwolf has 90.8 effect hit rate with 130% break effect, and get this. This is not maxed out. This goes up another 10%, so she'll be at 100 effect hit rate. 2, this is not maxed out. This goes up another 10%, so she'll be at 140 break effect percent. So she can get better. Then go over here to her traces. I don't even have this one. Once I get this, my Silverwolf's at 108 effect hit rate, which effectively guarantees all of my freaking bugs to be triggered without any issues across any content in the game. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is the reason I said when an enemy or her E2 and higher is when you can start focusing on DPS Silverwolf is because her E2 reduces the effect resistance of enemies by 20%. That literally allows you to say, who cares about effect hit rate on my light cone? Let's go for a light cone with some damage on it, like good night and sleep well. That's a 36% damage bonus up to at only S1. It can get crazier than that. Or her signature light cone, or a Welt's light cone. You can go for much more damage viable options because her E2 says you don't have to stress about the effect hit rate. Just focus on the damage. We'll take care of the rest. That's pretty much what her E2 does. So that's why you can start focusing on DPS once you have an E2 Silverwolf. Now, me personally, that's too high investment. We ain't doing all that. We good with the E0. But for the whales, for the guys, I know I'm speaking to all of Honkai Star Rail audience, not just free to plays, not just budget, but whales as well. You really want to start building DPS if you go for E4 and up. And this is just it's out of my territory of budget, man. But if you're somebody who's spending that kind of money, this is really what DPS Silverwolf, this is where she comes in at, bro. This is her bread and butter in terms of DPS. Once you unlock this shit, bro, she start popping off with DPS. But anybody who's trying to build a DPS Silverwolf at E1 or lower, that is a fool's errand, and you are going to be met with severe mid results. Okay, now that we got that out the way, guys, let's go ahead and showcase her, how she performs against Memory of Chaos floor 6. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be Break Effect Silverwolf showcase with my favorite main DPS. Boom. All right, so we opened up with her technique, obviously, to bring everybody's shields down, which I love because it also immediately puts them in the quantum entangled state. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and buff my boy up. Why is my shit looking a little laggy? Weird. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. Yeet. Oh my God, no crits. Okay, they're all dead anyway. Doesn't matter. G. Who's he attacking? Okay. Prefer you to attack her, I think. All right, now how do we want to do this? Let's buff Genuine up a little more. Okay, G. Yeet. I actually like when they attack Ting Yun because it builds her battery up even faster. Okay, so we're gonna apply the quantum dot to his head, which is also gonna fill up our ult, but we're gonna hostage our ult until we see that we're able to guarantee that Silverwolf is the one to break his shield, which is not hard to do at all, by the way. Let's auto attack him, and let's battery Jing Yuan, I mean. All right, finally, I think that's enough. Yeah, I believe that's enough. Boom, pop her ult now. Yep, she breaks his shield. See how much freaking toughness she does? It's insane. Look at this man's action value. 12. Boy went all the way in the back with Amber. Boy went all the way in the back with Amber, bro. All right, so he already has 2 quantum dots on his head. We're now also effectively guaranteeing that my boy is... Actually, you know what? Let's pop her ult. My boy's about to take, full quantum stacks on his head. Okay, cool beans, and then 5 stacks. Plop! What? How is this little dude over here still alive, bro? What in the name? This dude's... Oh, okay, I was about to say, how is he still alive? I don't understand it. All right. Ouch, man. Got a thing against girls, bro? God bless. Okay, I'm actually trying to prepare to go into the next phase, so everybody's ults are coming up, which I love. Because Lightning Lord is going to finish this guy off, no doubt about it. Okay, let's, yeah, I already buffed him up. Blah, blah. Okay, everybody's looking solid. Yeah, blah, blah. All right, we're actually going into the next phase here. It's looking pretty solid, 37. Let's Jing Yuan looking like over here. Yeah, let's get him going. That was probably overkill, I'll be honest, because his ult was already about to be up. I might have misplayed right there. It's a possibility, man. It's a possibility. Nah, I ain't sweating it though. All right, so we're gonna apply our quantum dot, same exact concept. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and I think Silverwolf can definitely shred that man. Yep, let's go. Bow! Okay, yeah, look at this man. Boy got delayed all the way in the back with Amber, bro. So we're about to put 5 stacks of quantum on his head, and he should be very close to dying after this. Okay, let's go ahead and bloop, and that's ult. Things are looking nice right now. Things are looking real nice. Yeah, that's 5 stacks of quantum on his head. Yes. 55,000 to his dome piece. Okay, stop hitting my freaking characters, bro, please. Dear God. Ooh, this is looking really good. Ooh, this is looking really nice. Yeah, Silverwolf's gonna be able to delay the other guy now. This is looking really nice. Ooh. Okay, you gotta heal yourself. I'm gonna have to take a risky play here, guys. I'm gonna have to take a real risky play. It's worth. We're gonna do it. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Damn it. Lightning Lord freaking got faster than Silverwolf. Oh, he hoed me. I was gonna freaking delay him with Silverwolf. That would have been 55k on his head. That would have been insane. Whatever. It was worth. I don't want my girl dying. Bro, sit down, little bro. Sit down, little bro. Who told you? Bloop. No, he's good. Bloop. Blop, blop, blop. Bro, why is my shit lagging? What's going on here? This actually, if things would have panned out perfectly, he would have died as soon as he went next. Unfortunately, we got hoed. Who's going? Yeah, let's do that. And let's put a quantum dot on his head. Boom, boom. Okay. I don't want to finish. I don't want to finish this. Yeah, you know what? That's perfect. Lightning Lord, my lord. And then, oh wow, I really got hoed right there, didn't I? That's okay. Yeah, since he's about to die, it doesn't really matter how we finish this. I actually got hoed a bit on the RNG for the turns available. But we got it done in 5 turns. That's actually pretty solid. All right, there you go. There you go, guys. That's a perfect representation of break effect Silverwolf. She does a ridiculous amount of break effect damage. Everything I've said, guys. You get it now, okay? Now, I did want to do a showcase of the Quantum set, but like I said, I didn't want to make this a ridiculously long video. I didn't. But test it out yourself. You see it. People who are actually able to be honest with themselves, you'll know that Quantum set is just not where it's at for E1 and lower Silverwolf players. Anyways, as always, I hope this video brought you guys some value. Take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side.